Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to another recap on the game, okay? Episode 2 and 3. For those of you guys that are wondering where the season is, girl, it's over there on Paramount Plus. Get into it, and I do think that it is pretty good, okay? I love the game, so I'm glad that it's here. I'm glad it's back, girl. I'm glad they begin reboot after reboots. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into episode 2 because Tasha, she's trying to get a judge to extend the loan, okay? Y'all know she needed a favor from the colonel not too long ago. She got that favor from the colonel. The colonel was upset that Malik is pretty much not on his side, trying to convince the players to not go on strike and to pretty much do away with health care. I don't think what the players are asking for is too much outside the norm. I think that you should want to have them covered and protected. You know, I guess they just don't want to do it for the rest of their life. Well, a lot of these players in the football go on to have a lot of damage thereafter. You know, I don't understand why people feel like they could use up people during their young days, and everything that they do during their younger days contributes to how they're going to be in their older days, and feel like you don't want to pay a coin for that. I don't like that, especially when they work their ass off to make you the million and billionaires that you are, girl. It makes me think about the military and how these military men go overseas and they fight these wars and they do all this extra stuff for the military. And then once they're done with the military, it's just like, girl, y'all just don't give a damn if they got a house or anything. Y'all don't care nothing about them being a veteran, even though y'all have veteran days and y'all have some resources available to the veterans. Like, girl, for real, like all veterans should really get a certain like amount a month based on the cost of living, I suppose. Like, don't just be giving. Some people just get like $1,000 if that as a veteran. I feel like they should at least get probably like 3 stacks, girl. Some that's at least gonna be able to pay for a 1 bedroom apartment in a decent area, girl. But anyway, let me hop off my little soapbox and get back to this episode, okay? So, yeah, Tasha Mack is in panic mode, girl. She's trying to get an extension on this loan because obviously the colonel is upset with Malik. So, everybody going on strike. So, because Malik went on strike, he said, girl, listen, remember you needed my help? I'm going to need that coin back. See, I own the bank where you took that loan out at, okay? So, guess what? You got 48 hours to give me my motherfucking money. And it's millions of dollars, too. So, she's in panic mode. So, she's trying to get the judge to get her an extension. She's trying to do all of this figuring stuff out. So, you know, she ain't got to lose her company because that's what she's really up against, because he said that he gonna own Tasha Mack and he gonna sell it off bit by bit to where she ain't got SHI nor T, girl. See, the colonel is very grimy out here in these streets. But anyway, let's keep going. So Jameson still taking these drugs that he got. Y'all know he had, I think, hurt his ankle when he was skating or whatever, and it still causes him pain. So he's been taking these drugs, and I really hate that for Jameson, because I feel like Jameson has been through a lot. I really do. Like, from the whole situation with the ex-girlfriend, the white chick, him getting arrested on statutory R, you know, rape or whatever. And I'm just like, yo, he's been through a lot. His mama has been on drugs. He finally gets on the football team, an NFL team, and then they going on strike. So his coin is already limited, even though he just ordered himself a Maybach or whatever. And then on top of that, he got ankle issues, so he's having to take these meds all the time. So, girl, I just feel like Jameson is just going through it, and I just hope that there is some light at the tunnel for Jameson. At some point, can he live a happily ever after type of life? Even just a little bit, please, okay? So he sat up there and lied to Brittany and told her that he had stopped taking this stuff. No, he didn't. And I can't wait to see how Brittany finds this information out, that he is still taking these meds. I feel like she has an inkling, but she's waiting for him to kind of say it, you know. Just like she had the inkling about the last girl that he was dating, and that they may have had a conversation and that, you know, something may happen, whatever. She had a little inkling, but she was waiting for him to, like, keep it real. He did keep it real. He wasn't interested in her because he cares too much about Brittany, okay? So she stops by to check on him, but he just wants to be alone at this time, okay? Because that was supposed to be his first game where they ended up striking, and he had a hard time taking the helmet off and putting it on the ground to let everybody know that he's striking with his teammates. And I know I would have had a hard time too, baby, because I'm supposed to be playing in this game. I'm trying to get a check. I can't even get nothing. I can't get nothing, girl. Why every time I get so close to this finish line or so close to this line, it keeps going further back from me. So I hate that for Jameson, okay? So Brittany decides to see about Tasha. She goes over there to check on Tasha. She wants to show Tasha that she's all about being loyal. And Tasha's telling her that she needs to pledge her allegiance to the boss BIT of America. And I thought that was just too funny to me. I cannot remember what Brittany did in the previous episode that caused Tasha to not want to F for her. I think it was the club end zone or something like that. I think they had issues with that. So she's been really feeling away about Brittany amongst other things. Okay. So Brittany wants to come back around. She wants to get back into the fold. Tasha allows her to get back into the fold. Okay. Now, Paxton, who happens to be one of Tasha's, I think he's like her attorney or something. So Paxton gave Tasha an option to buy back, to allow Rick Fox to buy back his agency, because if he buys back the agency, it's going to take like a year for that process to happen. But by that time, Tasha would probably got up all the money or something to pay that loan. Basically, it prolongs the process so that she can have, so she can keep her agency. But Tasha got a lot of stuff going on because remember, she's not certified. So not only are you having to figure out how to keep this money, or at least keep this agency and get up this money, but you also have to make sure that you're still certified as an agent within 6 months. So you just got a whole lot going on, girl. All right. So anyway, oh, yeah, that was the other thing I was wondering. So they were saying that Tasha needs to allow Rick Fox to buy back the agency, so it would take him about a year to do so. And it'll give Tasha about a year or whatever to pay the loan. I was a little confused because I'm like, why would she allow him to buy back the agency if Rick Fox don't really want the agency and he wants to give it to Tasha and Tasha wants to keep her own agency? Why would she let him buy it back? But that would give her time to pay off the loan so she won't have to, worry about that. They can cancel all of that, okay? It was just something for her to buy time. Now, Brittany decided to call her dad anyway. Now, first of all, Tasha did not want to involve Rick Fox in none of this. But Brittany decided, because this is one thing Brittany gonna do anyway, she gonna do what the hell she want to do because that's just how she is, okay? Brittany decided that she was gonna go outside of Tasha, call her daddy to get Rick Fox's number. And I was just like, Brittany, you always doing what you want to do. But the crazy thing is, every time Brittany does it, it works out in the end, okay? It works out exactly as she has it planned, ultimately, okay? So let's see what else happens. So Tasha assistant Portia wants her to sell the jet, but Tasha's not here for that. She's like, I'm not selling my jet, girl. I took too much. I went through a whole lot to get that jet. I got it, and no, ma'am. And also, Tasha is still thinking about how she outdoing Oprah at this point, so she don't want nobody to see that she's at her lowest moments right now. Now, the Colonel does pop up on Tasha, and Colonel plans to take over the Tasha Mack agency and wants Tasha to run the company and work for him after building up her own company. And I would have cussed him the dog out, because that right there really pissed me off, okay? Now she done sat up here and built this company up brick by brick as a black woman, and then you just slid your ass in there trying to have control over her agency just so you can have a leverage over her, thinking that you're going to be able to use her to control Malik and therefore using Malik to control the players. Girl, it's making me think of slaves, okay? No, master. No, sir. Okay, because if that's the case, just have this shit and I'll go build up something else. But you not, you think I'm finna sit up here and work for you after all the hard work I done put in? And do you want to give me a small percentage? You got me fucked up, okay? Absolutely not. So the Colonel says that he can put her company in a blind trust. And I just felt like that was a snake ass move. And they haven't even completed the 48 hours. Can you give her 48 hours to pay you the money? Can you give her the 48 hours to pay you the money before you just, I'm going to put it in a blind trust and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that? Tasha cusses him out. And I was here for, I said, cuss him out. And she plans on getting him the money. But I'm like, I really hope Tasha Mack do come through with this money. Like, you just can never tell. Like, I mean, sometimes Tasha make it happen. Sometimes she don't, girl. Let us pray. So Jameson out here spending big money. Told y'all Jameson bought him a Maybach too. And he a bit sick about it because, of course, he was expecting to get that first team check that don't seem to be coming. Okay, because everybody is on strike. All right. Now, Brittany is bothered by Allison and she's afraid to bring her up to Jameson because she thinks he may still love her or miss her. And she not lying. It's just that he cares more about Brittany because so much time has passed, okay? So Tasha tells Malik about what happened, okay, as far as her losing her company and stuff. So she's stressed the hell out, all right? He feeling stressed because it ain't really much he could do to try and help her. So, she's sick. She's sick about it. Now back to Jameson. Jameson takes his ass to the same spot where he was at when he and Allison met up all those years later. So he goes back to that spot trying to get his mind right. Allison pops up. I figured you'd be here. I figured you'd be here. Da 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 da. So they having small talk. Allison tells him that she came back because she misses her best friend. Bye, Allison. Okay, girl, bye. I don't trust her. So they go for a walk, and she lets him know that she been keeping check on his mama. And she says that she wrote about 47 letters, but she never received one back. And to me, it seems like Allison wanted Jameson back, but Jameson don't seem to be too sure about wanting her back, okay? I wrote you all these letters, and he like, girl, you really think I could have wrote you back? You really think that you was going to be able to get those letters from me? No, ma'am. Okay. So then he tells her that his heart is somewhere else and that is with Brittany. And I loved every bit of that. Okay. Meanwhile, Garrett then sat up there and linked Rock up with some type of producer or manager or somebody, which ended up going well for her. I think the guy offered her like $50,000 to allow him to manage her career or something. So it seems like Rock is going to be going places. So cool. I like Rock, but I don't really like her character. And I think it's the person that plays her character. Like, I don't know if this is how she is in real life, but when Rock talks, and maybe that's how her character is supposed to be, I don't know. When Rock talks, she talks like she's slow or that she got something going on. Like, she's very hesitant with her words. And I don't know if it's supposed to be based on her character and how she came up and stuff like that. But it seems like she's slow. She's mentally slow. I hate to say that, but it seems like something going on with her. So Malik talks with the colonel. He's trying to save his mom and he makes the deal. So I believe he gives up his ownership. The position that I believe he was going to have with like ownership of the company, he kind of gives it up in leverage of giving the mom back the company or something like that. So whatever it was, he makes a deal with the colonel trying to save Tasha Mack, and it really didn't work. So Rick Fox, first of all, Brittany did bring Rick Fox in. He has the conversation with Tasha. He initiates the reversion clause, which is for him to kind of like buy back his company in an effort to help Tasha, maintain control or whatever over the company, right? But at the end of the day, he ended up playing her in the end because he ended up talking to the colonel, and the colonel offered this man the 5% of ownership in the for the team, the Malik's 5% ownership.